Hello everyone, my name is Sarah Smith and I am joined today by our wonderful patron, Reverend Margaret Sentamu. Margaret, it's been a long time, more than 40 years since the first AIDS cases were reported. What are your thoughts in terms of the progress that has been made in the prevention of HIV and AIDS?
Well, I think the leading achievement has been one of the antiviral medicines to be able to treat people and help people to live as fully a life as they're able to. But the agenda still is lacking in the whole area of prevention, education, raising awareness. But looking back, the medicines have helped. On the other hand, the flip side to that is people have become so over-reliant on meds and they think, oh, that solved the problem. And the younger generation, those who were not here 40 years ago, probably have never heard of HIV AIDS because, oh, that's treatable, don't worry. So that affects the way they behave. If we don't educate our young people that HIV is transmittable through unprotected sex, and then we are failing them. And we've achieved some things, but we're way away from making real progress.
Absolutely. Today, 4,000 people are newly infected with HIV every day around the world. This year, the UNAIDS theme for World AIDS Day is End Inequalities, End AIDS, End Pandemics. It's a great aim, isn't it? It's a huge aim. How do you think that could be achieved, Margaret?
I think it could be achieved. It would be achieved if there was the intentionality and the ambitions were followed by the resources and the support needed at the grassroots to support the poor of the poorest who are always had hit by these pandemics. And I don't know, we're going to talk about girls and women. They're a real resource where we need to be investing our resources and energy through education, through awareness. And with education comes the opportunity for choice. And once you have choice, you're not likely to end up in an arranged marriage in order to raise funds for your parent, for your family.
Yeah, it's interesting to talk about resources because one of the key ways that acet has been working is mobilizing communities and equipping them to be part of the solution. So providing HIV education, training and care. Do you think that the church around the world generally are doing enough to help prevent the spread of HIV?
There is more to be done by the churches, definitely. My experience is that churches have not seen HIV/AIDS as a priority, and so I'm yet to hear a sermon on World AIDS Day saying what could we do as churches to help support these women and girls with their livelihood and their education. So having said that, you do need to talk to the men and challenge them about their behavior, because it is the man who always decides which child amongst the group, the family will go to school and who will be withdrawn early to help out with the family.
Well, acet Nigeria are running the Esteem program there. So they are delivering sessions to both boys and girls in terms of relationships and sexual health, making good and healthy choices. But again, with an emphasis on gender equality and helping the children to value each other.
So I grew up with girls who didn't have those opportunities. So with the opportunities I was given, in a sense, it gives me choice. And once you have choice, the power, the imbalance, the power structures are broken, the imbalances in power are broken. You make those choices and you do what you believe to be right, until we educate the girls to such a level that they're able to achieve and get something which will give them a sense of a livelihood and independence, and not feel they've got to be dependent on a man. So they're busy eyeing around to see who they might hook up with. That is sad, that if those relationships are rising out of the need to be provided for by the sugar daddies, that also is a very unhealthy dependence, because down the road, it will all go pear-shaped. It's very complicated and it's long drawn out and it's painful, and it won't be achieved tomorrow unless people's hearts are changed, really. So I think the future needs to be in the hands of the young girls themselves and the women, and they'll be able to make the right decisions. But the surprising thing is, at the end of the day, those women will be plowing back into the community. They'll be looking after their families. They'll be looking after their medical bills, food on the table, anything that needs doing, school fees. helping to sink wells. They will.
Absolutely. And that's what we want to do. We want to empower the girls so
Yeah.
that they can make their own choices.
Mm.
And in Zimbabwe, what the Shining Star Project will be doing is they're going to be working with teen mums. They'll be on an empowerment program, which will mean that they'll be able to access vocational skills and potentially go back to school, which means that then they'll be at less risk of getting into sex work. And also girls who are already in sex work, they will go on a vocational training program, and that will help them to have a credible alternative to sex work.
That's really exciting, because to offer these young girls, the teen moms, the opportunity to resume their studies is really amazing, and to give them skills, practical skills, to be able to do something with their hands physically. Is also it's a winner. So I think the work you're doing at Acet is absolutely invaluable. The voices which are saying we've overcome it are not true. Friends, I urge you, please give generously to the Big Give Christmas Challenge for Acet UK.
Margaret, thank you so much. Really appreciate your time.
Not at all. Yeah, okay.